Hello my friends, it is absolutely fantastic to see you for yet another video, and as you can see I am currently in my official Antifa uniform issued to me by the founders of Antifa. My friends, we have got a situation going on in this country as the government is now waging war against inflatable costumes all over the country, and we are going to talk about it in just a minute. Hello my friends, that was kind of silly, wasn't it? I was just goofing around because we do have a situation right now where inflatable costumes are taking over America, and the government is taking notice of it in such a way that Donald Trump himself wants to mobilize the military against these inflatable characters, my friends. And they've got ICE agents, I think ICE agents out there spraying pepper spray into the air hole of these domestic terrorists in the inflatable costumes. And the way they know that all of this is true is because when one of the guys in the frog costume was asked about who he is, he proudly proclaimed that he is Antifa, and now the government is going to fight against the inflatable characters, my friends. And I know that intro was kind of goofy. I'll tell you a little bit of a story about it real quick. So they only had kid sizes in this Walmart that I was in, and it said one size fits most. And I figured, well, I'm not very tall anyways, so I grabbed it thinking this will fit just fine. You guys have no idea what it took to shove my chubby ass in that thing for a 30-second intro to a video. I damn near died, and I spent $50 on that $30 intro. Oh well, I'll give it to one of the kids when I get home. But anyways, we got a lot to talk about here today, my friends, because we are in a very, very obviously interesting time in America with a lot of things that we can do, and we're starting to see how much power the American people actually have, and it's super fucking interesting. So I didn't know how to approach this topic, but I realized as a YouTuber with nearly 100,000 subscribers, it's actually my responsibility to talk about this topic at this point. So coming up here on the 18th, next Saturday, there are plans to be absolutely massive No Kings protest in America, because we have got us a fucking problem in this country, my friends. And that problem is that we have a dictator, a fascist, whatever you want to call him, sitting in the White House right now, who has done everything he can to take away the rights of the American people. We have seen his repeated attacks on free speech in America. We have seen him refer to Americans as the enemy from within, and refer to anybody that does not agree with him as a domestic terrorist. And we have listened as Donald Trump and his cabinet of absolute fucking lunatics have talked repeatedly about how they are going to wage war against this organization that doesn't even exist called Antifa, right? For anybody that's paying attention to what's going on in America, all of this is very fucking disturbing, and there's a lot more to it. I mean, he's bankrupting Americans, he's bankrupting the farmers, he's breaking the supply chain, he's putting small businesses out of business, he's bailing out Argentina while America's farmers go broke, and just a list of fucking problems that are obviously going on in this country. And what is going on right now is a lot of the American people have fucking had enough, because we were all living in this illusion that we lived in this free country where we had freedoms. And, you know, I know that my channel has a lot of different age ranges, so it might be a shock to more people. But me, being in my 40s, my friends, I was raised on that America is the freest country on the planet. Like, I understand it's propaganda and shit like that, but we have all our freedoms. You can do anything you want to do. You can make anything you want to of yourself. And then one day, this guy gets elected, apparently, and then immediately starts taking away America's freedoms. And we all obviously took notice to that and said, hey, this is kind of a big fucking problem. And we all sat here going, somebody's got to do something, right? Somebody has to do something about this. And as we watched institution after institution fall in line with Donald Trump and do exactly what he says, it came to a point where we realized that nobody's coming to fucking save us, my friends. And I guess maybe that's the kick in the ass America needs needed. We needed to know that nobody's coming to help. We're in this on our own, and we either stand up for ourselves or we fucking do not. Those are the choices that we have. And we unfortunately live in a country full of fake masculine men that ended up being a bunch of beta male cucks that spent all these years saying, don't tread on me and you can't take away my rights and all this shit. And the minute that somebody came over here and started treading on them, they said, tread on me harder, daddy. I fucking love that shit. They literally called Donald Trump daddy. As he takes away Americans' rights, we've got hordes of dumb fuck Americans that are cheering for Donald Trump to continue to take away those rights, because for some reason, all these people that are cheering for it believe that they will be immune from the consequences of allowing such a thing to happen. That is why I always say, my friends, like, sure, we catch a lot of shit from the MAGA dorks. They're fucking idiots. They go along with all this shit. They definitely make threats, all these things. We catch a lot of shit from them, but one day they just might realize that we were the ones that stood up even for them. We preserved their rights. We did the right thing for the country, and we came out and we fought, right? And we know ever since this Donald Trump bullshit has started, there have been a number of no kings rallies, right? No kings rallies, because we have no kings in America, my friends. That's what it's supposed to be. And rapidly it is turning into Donald Trump is the king of America. That is a thing that is happening. And of course, we've gone out to those protests. I went to one myself. As you guys know, I'm a truck driver, so I don't always have the time to do things like that. But I try to support when I can. Of course I do. We all got lives, right? We all got lives. But we have seen these growing increasingly in numbers. And we are seeing right now that Donald Trump and his regime are getting very, very fucking nervous about this next upcoming No Kings protest that is going to take place on Saturday, the 18th. You can go to nokings.org. This is not a paid advertisement. This is just me doing the right fucking thing. I don't know anybody at that organization. I don't know if they know me, but I know that sitting here on these subscribers that I have and these viewers that I have, it is my responsibility to participate in this and help spread the word as much as possible and help to calm your fears also, my friends, because what we do know is that the MAGA movement is a bunch of fucking absolutely insane people that want revenge on Americans on behalf of Donald Trump. I hear about it every day. I don't know how many of you follow me on Blue Sky, but a frequent thing that I hear is that ICE needs to come pay me a visit because of the things I say on the internet. And I heard that from someone today. They said, I think ICE needs to come pay you and your family a visit. I'm going to tell you something, my friends. I actually welcome that. I think that is a fantastic fucking idea, because what the regime is trying to convince us of is that ICE is out here getting rid of all the illegal criminal immigrants in America, and they're just preserving all of our safety. What we all know is that that ICE is terrorizing Americans right now. That's what we actually know. And I think it would actually be fucking fantastic if ICE had problems with what I said and they came over and threw me on the ground and pepper sprayed me and all this shit, because it blows up the fucking illusion that they are here fighting against illegal immigration. The minute they take a fucking white as fuck American truck driver to the ground for the words he said on the internet, that is the very second we blow this entire fucking thing open, this whole illusion, everything that they are lying about, my friend. So I am willing to take one for the team if that's what it fucking takes. I didn't do nothing. I didn't threaten ICE. I'm in the country legally. I do not know why ICE would be coming to pay me a visit, but I think that would be a huge misstep for the Trump regime if they started cracking down on America's truckers for not falling in line with Donald Trump. And I know, my friends, that we've done well on this channel. We're so close to breaking 100,000 subscribers, and I know in the event that happened, we would make some fucking noise. We would raise hell. We would make sure that everybody knew what was going on. My good friend in Canada, Guard the Leaf, he would be on it. He would definitely say something about it. My good friend Admin Doug from Sons of Liberty and from Political Drain, oh yeah, he'd have something to say about it. All Shorts over there, All Shorts would have something to say about it. And Lena Down Under, she'd have something something to say about it, my friends, I think they should do that. I think ICE should come find me and tell me what their problems are with what I said on the internet, and use force if necessary, because it breaks up the entire illusion that they have tried to create. And you'll notice nowhere in that rant did I make any kind of threats. I was responding to the threats that get made to me on a daily basis, my friends. This is where we are at in America, all right? With this No Kings protest that is coming up, you are seeing the Republicans are scared out of their fucking minds right now. You've got Mike Johnson running around all these news stations saying that the No Kings protest is a We Hate America protest. That's fucking goofy coming from a guy that's helping a fascist, that he would say that we hate America. Mike Johnson is against everything that America stands for. If Mike Johnson actually believed in America and actually cared about America, he would be standing up to Donald Trump right now. But because he is a beta boy to Donald Trump, he is doing exactly what he is told to do. Mike Johnson is a lying son of a bitch that is trying to convince the American people that people in America that are standing up for the rights of American people are the fucking problem, while Mike Johnson and Donald Trump and Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth and all these sons of bitches spend every day of their lives trying to take away the rights from the American people. So what they are trying to do is paint this protest as some sort of hatred towards America. Like we are doing something that we are not supposed to do, but we are actually doing what is in our rights as the American people to stand up and fucking tell the government that we're not going to have this shit. We were told we were born in a free country, and goddamn, we demand we keep it, all right? That's what we demand at this fucking point. And I hear a lot of people say, well, what's it matter? You're just going out and protesting. Are you really doing anything at all? You're just standing out in the street and saying that you don't like what's happening. I actually picture it kind of a different way. It is a show of force, so to speak. When millions of Americans take to the streets this coming Saturday, that should send a clear message to the people in charge that are trying to trample on the rights of the American people, that this is how many people in this country are not going to take this. We are not going to allow Donald Trump to refer to anyone that doesn't agree with him as the enemy from within. We are not going to allow Donald Trump to roll the military through our streets attacking American citizens. We are absolutely not going to stand for that. We are not going to allow them to continue to take away the rights of American people, including free speech in this country, which is a thing that Donald Trump has done repeatedly since he has been in office. We've got news anchors that have been sued. We've got news anchors that have been fired. We've got late night comedy show hosts that have been canceled. We got a late night comedy show host that had been canceled until we were loud enough with our money that they brought that one back. But we still haven't saved Stephen Colbert yet, have we? No, we haven't yet. Stephen Colbert is not gone yet, and I expect that when his show actually does stop running, hopefully we respond appropriately the same way that we responded with Jimmy Kimmel. Should we be doing that now? Possibly, but I hope we respond the right way. But the point is, my friends, I don't know where I'll be on Saturday. I have a rough idea of where I'll be in the country, and I do not know if there's any protests going on in that area. You understand there's a reason I'm not giving away that location. If I tell people on Tuesday where I'm going to be on Saturday, that could be problematic for me, but I do have a rough idea of where I'll be, and if I have the time, if they're not running me into the fucking ground with this truck, I will see if there is a protest going on in that area. But what I want to tell the American people that are worried about if they should go out and participate in this protest, the Trump regime is intentionally trying to scare you right now. They are looking at, like I said, turning the military on you and things like that. They are intentionally trying to scare you. There was a general in Oregon recently, I think within the last couple days, that said that I believe he's a general in the National Guard. I don't remember his name. I'm sure you guys have probably seen the story, but he said at these protests, they will be protecting the protesters. They will be protecting the American people. And my friends, that is the testicular fortitude that we need in this country. country right now. We need this general put his ass on the line and said, we will be there to defend the protesters. We will not be there to, that's their rights. That's their rights in this country, is to go out there and peacefully protest. And I hear Donald Trump is very upset about that because he believes he can tell people what to do. But the important thing you need to know right now, these scare tactics, how they're referring to you as a terrorist or a member of a terrorist organization right now, while they're talking about all the force that they're going to use against the protesters in America, that is an attack on your free speech from the Trump regime. So you can choose to stay home because you're scared, and I understand that. And there's a lot of reasons to not necessarily go out there. I understand as many people as possible should be out there. But the minute you stay home because you are worried about the rhetoric that came out of the Trump regime's mouth, they already took away your rights. You have already lost those rights. You have not lost those rights when you go out in the streets and you express your dissatisfaction with what they are doing to our country. All right? So everybody should be out there. There's going to be plenty of support. There's going to be millions, literal millions of people taking to the streets of America on Saturday. This is supposed to be absolutely fucking massive, as the people have fucking had it with this bullshit. I, for one, am sick to death of being referred to as a domestic terrorist. You know what I am? You know what I am? I'm a truck driver. I have been providing for America's supply chain for well over a decade with no incidents whatsoever. And this president has the fucking balls. This president that could never survive even a week in what I do for a living, with every bullshit thing that goes along with this, has the fucking nerve to refer to me as a terrorist. He wouldn't last in my world. He wouldn't make it. But he calls me. He calls me a terrorist. And that goes for every one of you out there that spend your life doing things the way you're supposed to do, getting up and doing your job, barely getting by, paycheck to paycheck, struggling to pay the bills, making sure, though, that you still do the right fucking thing. The President of the United States is referring to you as a terrorist because you are not in lockstep with him. And if that does not bother you, then you are not fucking paying attention to what is going on out there. So the entire point of this video was through my channel to raise some awareness about what is coming this coming Saturday. Like I said, I believe the webpage is nokings.org. You can go there and you can look for the local protests in your area. People should be out there if possible to do so, and do not allow them to intimidate you and scare you out of showing up and doing this. All right? Whew, I'm out of breath because I still can't breathe from that costume that I shoved my chubby ass into earlier. I felt like today was the day to just try to spread awareness on this particular issue and hope that it helps. We have the chance right now, my friends, to send a very powerful message to the Trump regime that the American people that get up every day and work and take care of our families and save for our retirements and just try to pay our fucking bills deserve the freedoms that we were promised in this country. That's it. Love you guys. Bye now.